A timeless moment in Bloomington as Bob Knight returns to Assembly Hall after nearly 2 decades away from his former home. Good evening, I'm Nina Criscolo. Our night begins with that historic scene in Bloomington. After nearly 2 decades, Bob Knight makes peace with Indiana University and stands with the players tonight. Our Charlie Clifford is here. Really an incredible moment.
It was, and a moment that many IU fans, even the biggest ones out there tonight, thought this day may never come.
Right.
So a final chapter, a historic career. The General back at Assembly Hall, September 10th, 2000. The time has passed, can't be erased, but neither can this. 79 years old, back on the floor. Bob Knight guarded for 29 seasons. Knight's near 2-decade absence at Assembly Hall. It's complicated. The scene today at halftime, closure, not only for the state of Indiana, but for the entire basketball world. 49 of Bob Knight's former players return alongside their coach. This is starting the halftime festivities. According to Quinn Buckner, it's these players that ultimately convinced Coach Knight to do what he did today, and then the turn of the corner in the hallway. The place goes wild, and that's where we bring in Olivia Ray, who heard the roar. She knew Bob was on his way. Olivia, this evening, how do you make sense of what you just saw at one of basketball's best cathedrals?
Charlie, I still don't know if I have words for what I experienced today, for what the thousands of people in Assembly Hall experienced today, because truthfully, I never thought I would see the day. Now, I grew up an Indiana basketball fan. I grew up in the state of Indiana like many of you, and Bob Knight returning to Assembly Hall absolutely gives me chills. I still have them. This place was unlike anything I have ever seen it before, and I have been, I'm going to say, to hundreds of IU basketball games. When I was standing on the court pregame as they were going through warm-ups, their intro video actually states this is the state of basketball, because obviously it is. Of course, today, the perfect time for Bob Knight to return. The rivalry between IU and Purdue, one that he coached in so many times before himself, but it took 2 decades for him to return to this court. Actually, the last win he got here in Assembly Hall was over Purdue. So watching him walk out of that tunnel, of course, you saw some of that video there, was absolutely incredible. But why today? How are fans feeling? Because what happened? 7,000 days have passed since he was here. Why now?
Yeah, I am emotional. I mean, he's a big part of who I am. And I came here as a kid and left here as a man. And so what I've done with my life is a big part owed to him. So yes, it's very emotional. It came, so that's all that matters. It's here. It's here.
I was trying really hard to hold back my tears. I don't know if I did a very good job, but I think back, and I was emotional because he's one of the reasons I came to IU, was because of the program he created and what that made students feel like. It was so emotional. I'm thankful for all the players. I'm thankful for the fans, but for him to come back 20 years later, what an awesome moment. I'll never forget it.